Welcome everyone to the CyberCision Phase 2 launch. This is a really exciting day for us, and I'm Danny Marr, the Managing Director and CEO of FirstWave. I'll just quickly run through the agenda for today. You'll be presented to by myself, our Chief Technology Officer, Simon Ryan, and our Chief Marketing Officer, Chris Jacko. Also joining us and hosting this call are our Chief Revenue Officer, Craig Nelson, and our Chairman, John Grant, who are both available for questions at the end of the presentation. If you do have questions, please type them into the Q&A box. There's a little Q&A icon at the bottom right of your screen, or into the chat is fine as well, and we'll answer those questions at the end of the presentation. So just quickly running through the agenda for today, I'll just recap what CyberCision is about and give a little bit of an overview of Phase 2 before handing over to Simon Ryan, who will introduce some videos which demonstrate the technology and overview the products. I'll then ask Chris Jacko, our Chief Marketing Officer, to run through a little bit of a market overview and talk to where CyberCision and CyberCision Phase 2 fits within this market. I'll make some final comments and then we'll open to the floor for questions. So just a quick recap on CyberCision. So CyberCision is a cloud-based cybersecurity platform built for service providers. It enables these service providers to launch cybersecurity services that protect their clients from cyber attack. While it's protecting these clients from cyber attack, it gives them cybersecurity revenues. It gives them differentiation into larger deals as well with their cybersecurity offers, and enables them to scale their cybersecurity revenues. Of course, the benefits for us as FirstWave is there's huge potential revenue upside for us. We have globally unique IP in this space, and it's a rapidly growing market, which we're able to access through some significant channel partners. So CyberCision Phase 2. So CyberCision, the cybersecurity platform that service providers run to provide cloud-based cybersecurity services to their clients. And CyberCision Phase 2 is an upgrade to that. Critical parts of this upgrade include frictionless email security. This is an area I'm particularly focused about, and it's an area which is forming a core part of our strategy moving forward. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. Advanced detection and response. So this is a premium level of security, mostly focused as an addition to our base level email security. And Simon will talk more about that. And a mobile reporting app, which puts in the palm of the end user's hands the live, real-time visibility of their cybersecurity posture. This is really, really cool stuff. Before I hand over to Simon, I just wanted to play you a little teaser on the frictionless email security video, because as I mentioned, this is a product which is going to form a core part of our strategy moving forward. What I love about this product is there's been a lot of investment into the intellectual property in FirstWave and into getting to the CyberCision Phase 1 launch. And the Phase 2 launch with this frictionless email, it pulls through all that fantastic technology and makes it and we've innovated in a manner which pulls that technology through, which makes it easier to consume and grow our revenues faster.
In this hyper-competitive world, innovation is often disassembling, stripping away the facade of what currently exists, and then reimagining something new, something better. How hard has it been for service providers to sell cybersecurity and then deploy to thousands of Microsoft 365 customers? Hard? You bet. Well, now there is a new way. Start with one simple cybersecurity product that will secure service providers' business customers from where over 90% of cyber attacks occur: emails. And then take them on the cybersecurity journey to scale your service provider business. Welcome to Email Security Reinvented with CyberCision M365 Frictionless Email Security. CyberCision M365 Frictionless Email Security is an automated activation method available on the CyberCision platform to enable Microsoft customers to seamlessly add email security services to their account. Implementing email security tools has historically come with a variety of challenges, but CyberCision takes the friction out of the process. replacing the need to change mail routing rules and spam filtering, as well as changes to DNS settings. Frictionless email security on FirstWave's CyberCision platform deploys in minutes, provides extra layers of protection. There is no MX record to change. It is advanced security out of the box, rapidly onboards thousands of customers with APIs. Service providers can white label to support their brand, and includes ADR to mitigate targeted email attacks in the mailbox. Finally, service providers and telcos can onboard email security customers at scale, at speed, and with minimal effort, opening new channels to market. CyberCision M365 Frictionless Email Security opens the door to integrate and introduce cybersecurity to service provider business customers at speed and scale. Contact us now for more information at firstwavecloud.com.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that little teaser video, and I'm going to hand over now to Simon Ryan, our Chief Technology Officer, who is going to give a little more detail on each of these products and then show us the demonstrations.
Thanks, Danny. And yes, it's a really exciting time for the team at the moment. As Danny commented, the phase 2 launch of CyberCision is all about improving onboarding speed, visibility and control, so our partners can have a leg up in this growing and competitive market. So frictionless email security improves onboarding speed and empowers service providers and enterprise customers to access best-in-class protection from cyber attacks that's both cost effective and doesn't have the onboarding friction and allows for rapid scaling. Our CyberCision mobile app offers visibility and provides clients with real-time monitoring of cybersecurity threats, along with historic reporting, and all of this available to be white labeled for our partners. And our advanced detection and response premium enables control and introduces an additional level of ADR, extending the essentials package capabilities of phishing, threat detection, and real-time alert visibility, with the inclusion of advanced dark web monitoring, post-delivery email analysis, retrospective risk scoring, and automated remediation. We've put together a tape demo for you of these 3 new features, and I'm happy to take any questions on the technology in this in the Q&A at the end of the preso.
The CyberCision Phase 2 demonstration introduces 3 new value propositions for partners. Greater onboarding speed with frictionless email security, increased visibility with CyberCision mobile app, and enhanced control with advanced detection and response premium. Now let's see a demonstration of each feature. This demonstration shows how quick and easy it is to onboard an email security customer. The customer receives an email confirmation that the service has been provisioned. In that email, the customer clicks on the link to start the M365 automation. The customer logs into CyberCision with the details from the email. Then on the operations email page, clicks on Manage to activate the service onto their M365 account. Now the Microsoft authentication process begins to onboard the domains and activate the secure connectors. The domain has been connected and the final automated provisioning continues. The service is now connected to M365 and will activate after 30 minutes in line with Microsoft server updates. With these quick and easy steps, the customer now has best-in-class protection from cyber attacks, saving partners hours of work normally required and giving businesses the peace of mind that their staff have another layer of defense from spam, phishing, and malicious emails. Now, let's have a look at a demonstration of the CyberCision mobile app. The CyberCision mobile app is quickly deployed by an email link when a customer is provisioned for email security, providing them with alerts and visibility of cybersecurity threats. The CyberCision mobile app is a simple, easy-to-use app that displays a threat dashboard across targeted attacks, malware and phishing. It applies automated severity levels on targeted threats to guide remediation actions. Within the app, users are able to review inbound and outbound threats from the last 24 hours, 7 days, or 30 days to monitor trends and isolate incidents. The simple-to-navigate menu can give users a quick view to alerts by security level, with color coding to help focus attention and remediation actions. High-level threats, such as malware, are indicated in red, while yellow is used to indicate medium threats like business email compromise. Green is used for low severity, like targeted spam. Users can easily manage these with the click of a button, with their threat profile updating in real time as remediation actions are taken. This brand new CyberCision mobile app are available for FirstWave partners to white label using their own branding. Not only does this take away the hassle out of building your own third-party applications, it gives your customers deep and useful visibility of threats in real time, no matter where they are. So far, we've demonstrated how the Phase 2 CyberCision launch speeds up onboarding through the frictionless email security enhancements and provides incredible levels of visibility to partners and their clients through the CyberCision mobile app. The last part of the demonstration today is another important feature for key technical decision makers when choosing an email security service, the efficacy of the service, and control available from it. In this demonstration, we will show you how easy Advanced Detection and Response Premium is set up, and how powerful it is at detecting and automatically remediating targeted attacks that reach your inbox. It extends the Essentials package capabilities of phishing threat detection and real-time alert visibility. With the inclusion of advanced dark web monitoring, post-delivery email analysis, retrospective risk scoring, and automated remediation. To begin with, the partner or client logs into the CyberCision platform to access ADR Premium. The ADR dashboard is available through the Email tab from the homepage. This is where they will see threat alerts, top threats, and top vulnerabilities. Within the portal, the partner or client sets up the policies to protect their business. In this example, we select the phishing threats to detect. Next, we need to select the threat level and activate a security orchestration automation and response playbook called Clawback. Once this is done, threat detection is active. When a threat email comes into an email inbox, the newly configured ADR Premium detects the threat and removes the email automatically before the user has been exposed to the threat or had an opportunity to compromise the organization. This threat email is placed into the CyberCision quarantine folder, with the user receiving a notification and alert for remediation actions. Additionally, the threat is also registered on the CyberCision ADR dashboard and marked for deeper threat analysis to help learn and adapt, keeping businesses safe even as targeted attacks become more sophisticated. CyberCision Phase 2. Improving speed, visibility and control so our partners can have a leg up in this growing and competitive market.
Okay, there you go. I hope you enjoyed those brief demonstrations of the new technologies that are coming with CyberCision Phase 2. Those of you that are technically minded, I'm sure will be very excited and see the power of these things and the imagination to create this as a cloud-based platform that can be brought to the masses very simply and see how simple it is to onboard enterprise-grade cybersecurity services through our service providers. And those that are more commercially minded, I'm sure will be seeing the dollar signs in their eyes about the potential to really now grow these services at scale because of the increased ease of adoption and the way that we can take these things to market. Speaking of market, I'll hand over to our Chief Marketing Officer, Chris Jacko, to talk a little more about where we fit into the market.
Thank you very much, Danny, and hello, everybody. I'm only going to talk very briefly today, but I'm very excited about what Phase 2 launch of CyberCision means for the company and as well for our partners. And so, as we all know, the security market has grown rapidly and is going to continue to grow. What we're seeing is Gartner projecting the managed security services market to grow to over $30 billion by 2025, supporting businesses that need to outsource their security needs. This is through established MSSPs as well as managed service providers, IT support and telcos entering the space. core to this growth is a lot of SMB clients. We're seeing research from Frost & Sullivan suggesting that 60% of SMBs outsource the majority of their cybersecurity requirements, which is larger than any other market segment and compares to about 14% from enterprise. And what we're seeing is that this is largely due to the fact that these businesses don't have the capabilities in-house to be able to implement enterprise-grade cybersecurity themselves. That's exactly where CyberCision fits in and is uniquely positioned to support these businesses through our partners. Phase 2 is all about improving the speed of adoption, visibility, and control. All factors that are crucial to these service providers, supporting those businesses. When we're talking to these, whether they're MSPs, telcos, or MSSPs, they're already in the space. What CyberCision does is helps, and this phase 2 launches helps differentiate the offering and provides these partners with the tools so they can better leverage the technology and better support their customers. This is a fantastic milestone for FirstWave, and one of our team is excited to roll out to our existing partners, as well as introduce to our new service providers looking to implement FirstWave's CyberCision platform to grow their security capabilities and their revenues. I'll hand back over to Danny, who's going to talk more about the direct implications for FirstWave.
Thanks, Chris. So I'll just wrap up with a couple of slides before we take some questions. So what does this mean for FirstWave? The first thing I'd like to reiterate is that this leverages our underlying IP to create a greater market opportunity. And that's one of the things I really love about this launch. There's been a very large investment to create CyberCision prior to that phase 1 launch and all the intellectual property behind it. And phase 2 is really bringing out those technologies to make them easier to consume and scale. Another cool thing about this is it means our competitors can't do it because they don't have that underlying IP to leverage. Okay, the mobile app in particular will reduce churn and create higher retention of clients and greater engagement because they're seeing live every day the security protection that they've been afforded. So when it comes time to make decisions about whether they continue or renew those services, they will know that they've been protected as opposed to the protection sitting in the background and protecting them without their knowledge. So that visibility is going to be really helpful. It helps us engage with customers at the time they are purchasing. So this again is really about the frictionless email product and its advanced detection and response as well on top of it. So when you're making decisions to protect yourself, that's often a proactive decision. So you're sitting there in your office every day, and one day you've got to make the decision to go and add these security services. By using Microsoft 365 frictionless email adoption, they're already in the process of renewing their Microsoft subscription. So while they're in the process of renewing their Office licenses, they can very simply add this secure email option on top. And it provides our service providers and partners with mass onboarding capabilities. Those that are technically minded know the fiddliness of making DNS changes and understand that small business clients probably would be very nervous about making those changes and may not even be able to get it done. This now enables the service providers to simply onboard clients using their Microsoft 365 credentials without having to go through complex technology changes. And it's really, really significant and really cool. It opens new channels to market with existing and new partners. So our existing partners have Office 365 subscriptions, and so do a whole bunch of other organizations that manage Microsoft Office licenses, and adding a secure email offering to the standard offering is a simple add-on for increased revenue. So to wrap up, CyberCision Phase 2 is a market-focused initiative, and that's one of the things I love about it. So it's innovating in a way that's taking our existing IP and unlocking the underlying capabilities and making them more visible and easily adopted at scale. The technology has been completed and the platforms are being upgraded now. And in fact, I'm additionally excited to let you all know that in fact we finished the upgrade of our major partner Telstra's platform yesterday. which is fantastic. So we now, with those upgrades, we continue to focus on rolling out further upgrades, but on the productization, marketing and sales initiatives that are associated with those. So very, very exciting point in the evolution of this company, and I can't wait to leverage these technologies into the market to accelerate our growth. With that, I thank my fellow presenters and the people involved in preparing this, and I invite any questions. And I can already see the first question. So we've got a question here. If I'm a business manager or IT manager with the mobile app, do I need to respond to every alert in order to mitigate the threats to my employees? Now, the simple answer to that is no, but Simon, I might get you to chime in there.
Thanks, Danny. Thanks, Greg. Look, so I guess CyberCision Phase 2 actually provides the answer to this, because with the ADR Premium, as you saw in the demo video, it is possible to actually set up automation that allows an IT administrator to say, well, if I see this particular scenario, I want to do this particular action in an automated fashion. And the one we showed in the video was all about retrospective stuff. So you can actually claw back claw back an email if there's an issue with it, and you don't need to respond to that from the mobile app. But having said that, ADR Essentials, which is what we put in CyberCision Phase 1, brings those alerts into your mobile and does let an administrator act on them from the mobile. The key thing with the CyberCision platform is there's a huge amount of work that goes on before it even hits the mobile app. So when you see something on the mobile app, this is an outlier event, and that puts the mobile app is putting the control of that response into the hands of the IT administrator. And with ADR Premium, you can also instruct the system to automatically take actions for you.
Okay, thanks, Simon. Yeah, so some pretty powerful technology there. And in summary, no, there's a lot of automated actions, and then through the mobile app, you can customize how those actions take place as well. So the next question and comment here is, well done. The speed of the evolution development has amazed me. I'm confident that you would have consulted your existing channel partners and potential partners, which we have. Can you share their initial feedback, and if there was anything they sought but could not be delivered, if any? Your tech will also collect data important to the cybersecurity software developers. Are you able to monetize this? Okay, so there's a few things in there. So I'll talk to the potential partners, and Craig, feel free to chime in if you'd like to. But I met personally with Telstra executives, two different groups actually, a week ago. I informed them this technology would be on their platform in 8 weeks, and in fact, it arrived on their platform in 1 week, so that was pretty cool. They have initiatives around providing secure Microsoft's 365 services. So this is completely in line with their strategies, which is fantastic. We are currently going through the process of educating them. I'm sure you could see that we're only just touching on some of the power in this platform when we give the demonstration. So we're currently going through conversations with them of the power that's now on their platform and how they productize it, which I alluded to. But no, there are some additional things that we can do as well, and we're talking to them about that and working through prioritizing what we should develop next. But our focus is really on monetizing the IP that we have, and there's a lot of power in these platforms. So for us, it's really about how we bring this power out and take it to the market, and that's what Phase 2 is a lot about, and that's what you're going to see more from us. So we'll be talking with the partners, which parts of this platform do we productize, and how do we want to bring that power out and take to markets in what way? So it's very much now a productization and marketing focus, which does include involvement and investment in the technology and innovating with the technology in order to bring it to market in cleverer ways. In terms of the collecting data important to the cybersecurity software developers, and are we able to monetize this? We probably are able to monetize it more broadly, but we monetize this through taking the information and innovating in our own software, which helps us differentiate ourselves and take ourselves to market differently. So that's what we do with that data at the moment. We feed it into how we adapt our products. Is there anything to add to that, Simon or Craig?
Just from my side, it's been, since the launch of
Craig Nelson, Chief Revenue Officer. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you, Danny. To add on to some of your points, it's been a collaborative process since launching in phase 1. We've obviously been in a lot of discussions through that as far as what was happening in phase 2, and speaking to all of our key partners around that, and getting and leading up to this launch. And so with that, it has taken into a lot, from a feedback standpoint and a feedback loop. So yeah, just wanted to add that to your comments.
Thank you, Craig. We've got a question here. Doesn't Microsoft already include email security with Office 365? The simple answer is no. It's an advanced function. So there's a product called Microsoft Defender. It doesn't have the ADR capabilities and some of the other capabilities that we have. It isn't able to be offered as a cloud-based solution by service providers under their own brand. So it is a different offering, although they do have an email security offering. Normally, when you purchase that, it comes part of an advanced bundle in Office 365. It's pretty hard to pick off on its own. We see ourselves, while that one is a semi-competitor, we see ourselves as quite different, given that we're a cloud-based solution through service providers, which they are not. And also we see ourselves more competing with the Mimecast and the Proofpoints of the world, who have between them a couple of $1 billion per annum of revenue. So there's certainly a very, very large and growing market for email security on top of what is available in 365. Okay, any more questions?
Danny, did you want to add some more technical color to that one?
Absolutely, please.
Yeah, so in the presentation, you would have seen the diagram where we actually show how we do the connector-based security. And in that, there's a couple of items, EOP, which is Microsoft's Exchange Online Protection, and another one, ATP, which is the second layer. And that's the 365 Defender that Danny mentioned. Microsoft has some security, but if you wanted to rank it in terms of its alert level, in our mobile app, you see several colors. The green color, which we said was low priority alerts. I think the sort of protection that we get out of these Microsoft layers really sort of enhances what we're offering at that green level. The amber and the red levels are sort of a more detailed and complete security approach that we put on top. So Microsoft does have some layers in there, and they even have, if you read through all their documentation, there's lots of buzzwords in there. They even have an equivalent of clawback, which they call ZAP. But once you go into the technical detail, you find out that that's actually only part of their spam system, and there's a whole lot of caveats that they wrap around it. If you modify your emails or change the flow rules in any way, then those systems don't work. But having said that, what we're offering is an ability to add additional layers over the top of what Microsoft adds. And what we find is, when you switch all of the Microsoft things on and then add our layer is still catching a lot of stuff they're missing. So yeah, back to you, Dan.
Okay, thanks, Simon. Yeah, and you simply need to look at the revenues of Mimecast and Proofpoint, $2 billion to see the appetite from the market to buy email security outside of what is there. There's a final question here from Nick. It says, thanks for explaining the steps/ease of activation for a single person. Is it easy for service providers to roll it out to all users in an entire business in one go? I'm really glad you asked that question, Nick, because it didn't come through in the demo. In actual fact, it's the single person, which is the 365 administrator from the organization. When they do that activation, it activates it for every single user in the organization. So it's that easy. It's one person going and activating it for the entire organization in a couple of clicks of a button. So it's really, really powerful and really cool. And there's a follow-up question here. If a service provider starts with Microsoft 365 and then later wants to add on ADR, how hard is this to do? I believe it's just another purchase and a click to add it on through the dashboard. Simon, do you want to talk to that?
Yep, absolutely. It is as simple as that. So when we onboard them with M365, by default, we add the ADR Essentials. And yes, if they want to add the premium version of that, we can just switch it on for them. Nice and easy.
Yeah, so again, another good question. And, really, really cool to be bringing out the power of this technology in a manner through a cloud-based solution, which makes it so easy to adopt for an entire organization in a couple of clicks is, I'm really excited about it. And there's a lot of blue sky in this, so, we don't want to go over the top on this first call because we're just rolling the technology out, but it's very, very exciting for us. And there's enormous blue sky there. When will the share price rise? Well, I'm going to run away from that one. Certainly, as a large shareholder myself, I'm wanting it to rise every day. Fundamentally, what we've got to do is make the business better. We've been talking about our 3 strategies of being more capital efficient, which we are, being sales led, and being growth focused. If you look at this CyberCision Phase 2 launch, it's all about growth, and these are innovations and bringing through technologies for growth. They're not features for the sake of features. These are changes to create growth. So a better company should have a better share price, but we've seen the tech market tank recently, and Russia invaded Ukraine, and all sorts of weird things happen. So I wish we could control the share price. If we could, I would say it should be a lot higher now than it was 5 months ago, because the business is certainly in better shape. So let's hope the market responds to that. Another comment here. Great work, team. Is it possible to provide some color on revenue growth that we might see in FCT across the next 3, 6, 12 months as an FCT progressing towards its target of reaching cash flow break even? Look, I'd like to hold off on commenting on those because we just had the last quarterly update. Revenue growth is important in us reaching our target of being cash flow break even. We're doing well at the moment. We won't see revenue growth from the acquisition of Opmantec and products like this. It trails it by 6 months type of thing. Although in the case of this particular product, we have it in the hands of our major partner already. So yeah, we're avoiding that guidance at the moment and sticking to the quarterly updates on that. Will Microsoft 365 be integrated into the Opmantec suite? There is a lot of investigation at the back end. There's some really interesting technologies and intellectual property that has been acquired by FirstWave through the acquisition of Opmantec. There are 2 products there of particular interest, and that is the auditing product, which we may see as a CyberCision product, and I hope to see that. So we need to plan that out. And there's also some pretty advanced automation within the Opmantec products, which could be quite handy in CyberCision as well. So we're mapping that out at the moment. Internally, we have the first draft of our new strategic plan, and as we finalise that, we'll announce those things publicly. Can you talk about training, explaining CyberCision 2 with your existing channel partners? Are you doing a big launch to help them all understand and sell your solution, or is this a gradual and targeted one-on-one approach? They could take 12 months plus to get in the hands of your channel partners. So they're already aware of this. If there's anyone else on the call that would like to talk to this more, please please do. But no, it's each, like this is a service provider platform taken to market under their own brand, and each service provider, we need to work with them on their sales, marketing and productization, how they take it to market specifically. We're already well in front of the ball with the major partner, Telstra, on that, and there's ongoing meetings on that, but we are planning some specific marketing investment and sales initiatives with them, and that's already in the planning. Look, we might close off there. John, we do have our chairman, John Grant, on the call. John, I might just invite you myself to say a few words if you would like. Sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, thank you very much, Danny. I can't get the video. The host has stopped it. I think you're the host. You're the host, Danny, but that's okay. So when we take you back to the end of Q1 this financial year, and you may recall that I spoke to shareholders at that time, and I said that we really need to take the existing CPMS product off the market because we weren't getting the sort of traction that we needed in our partners. And the reason for that was that they just didn't find the reason, the strength, I guess the commitment. They didn't make the commitment to onboard as the product needed to be onboarded, which required a whole bunch of individual stuff to be done at the end user end, as Danny's highlighted. And I spoke to at that time. And we also said that really we've got a product that from an intellectual property point of view is extremely strong, stacks up with anything around the world from a security point of view. But that's no good if our users can't actually see the advantage of doing that. And we said we'd do the mobile app for that reason. So I've got to cool it a little bit because I'm very excited at what you've just shown us. I think for the first time also, as shareholders can see how Danny and his team is approaching presenting the products to the market. I think this is very different from the way that we've done it previously, but this phase 2 launch really is the icing on the cake. And that cake's a very big and complex and expensive cake. We've invested a lot of money in that, but this icing is real. For our partners, the ability to be able to roll out, as Danny's explained and Simon's demonstrated, to be able to roll out email security on top of O365 is huge. It's just huge. And the opportunity is huge. And even though the refrain, as per one of the questions, the refrain is that, well, hasn't Microsoft got email security in their product? Yes, they have. In fact, you can buy it, adding on to the product. You can buy, I think, 2 or 3 levels, and you can pay a lot of money for it, more than you would pay for a CyberCision add-on. But it is also extremely complex and not able to be conducted from an end user point of view or from a mobile front end, as we've demonstrated. So it's a very, very different offering that provides at least as good as or better than security protection to 365 users than they can get from Microsoft. So we're not going head to head with Microsoft on this. We're very complementary to Microsoft's 365, but we think it's just enormous. It's just an enormous opportunity because our service provider partners, and Telstra, for example, Telstra is the biggest reseller of Office 365 in Australia. So the big partners sell a lot of Office 365. So the whole automation through the massification of security for Office 365 is huge. And when we'll go to Google as well. That's sort of the next step on the roadmap. And we'll do the same thing with the Google marketplace. So that's really big. But I think the sizzle really is in the app. I'm absolutely sold on the app. And I think what you've demonstrated today validates that. This is extremely powerful and it is very different and no one else does it. And it's really, really easy. And that was the challenge that we had from an end user point of view. Great security product, but gee whiz, how do you make it easy for me to know what's going on and how do you make it easy for me to actually adopt it? And I think this phase 2 launch has proven all of those points. So the complexity now, of course, is taking it to market. We think the enthusiasm for it should be higher than we've struck previously, but the reality is that we need to deal with big service providers. And Telstra, as Tanny's engaged with them personally, is leveraging his own sort of knowledge and relationships inside Telstra to get us to a different place. You know, if we've ever got an opportunity, we've got an opportunity now. So I'm really excited about it. I congratulate Danny, you and Simon and the whole team for what they've delivered. The development team has been terrific in terms of delivering this in the time frame that they have with the functionality that's got. We know there's more to do, but let's go and sell what we've got. So congratulations, guys, and let's go forward. Cheers.
Thanks, John. And couple of questions here just quickly, a couple of questions came through to final. So one from Stuart: when the channel partners are selling this product to SMEs, would they ordinarily have sold a competing cybersecurity product to clients, or is this typically sold as is? For the channel partners, this is under their own brand, so it's their own product. So it wouldn't make sense for them to sell a competitor's product. Historically, yes, in some cases, they may have sold Mimecast or Proofpoint in particular. Our information from the partners is they're generally not selling the Microsoft security product, so we're offered under their brand as part of a suite of cybersecurity services that leverage the cybersecurity platform. So it's an upsell, it's new revenue for them, and it's a differentiator for them because it's their own cybersecurity product. So within a larger deal as well, it's a differentiator for them. So it's really cool. And Craig has this is a question for Craig, I guess, not from Craig. It's got: now that you've removed the friction, do you have a general view on sales conversions? I don't know if you want me to talk to that, Craig, or if you want to grab it.
Yeah, why don't you jump in on that, Danny?
Yeah, so this comes down to there is such a large blue sky with the launch of this, because we have never been able to go to a Microsoft 365 user and just have them enter their login details and enable this security for their entire organization. So is there upside? Absolutely. What's the size of that upside? We don't know, but it's going to come down to a lot of execution. How do we market it? How do we sell it? And that's the focus now, in particular with Telstra, working with them on that. And Telstra do have initiatives around Microsoft 365 hardening. So we're very excited, about that. And as I mentioned, if you look at Proofpoint and Mimecast with $2 billion per annum of revenue between them, just in email security, I mean, we don't need to take a lot of that to fundamentally change FirstWave's trajectory. So, we do like we do with the products. We now go and we market it and we test the sales, and then we'll see what the uptake's going to be. But it's definitely some upside. It's very exciting. Okay, with that, we'll finish off the launch. Thank you all for attending. It has been recorded. If you'd like to share it with anyone else, and the presentation and video links have also been shared on the ASX. So feel free to share it with anyone that happened to miss it. Thank you for your support as shareholders. It's an interesting time to be a tech shareholder. We feel we've weathered the storm on tech pretty well. It's come at an unusual time for us when the business is really on a good trajectory, and we look forward to keeping the business going better and better every day, and hopefully the market responds to that with some great shareholder returns for all of us. So exciting time, and thank you all.